Hello there, Simon Hingle from Tora Kukri. Just like to show you this cookery I got in auction the other day. It was heavy bidding on it, and I'm not surprised. It's a beautiful cookery. It's a World War One, 2nd 8th Gurkha Rifles cookery, and it's certainly the best one I've ever come across. Some heavy bidding on it, and quite rightly so. It's an awesome cookery. Now, this particular one has a blade length of 33.5 centimetres, which is quite long for a 2nd 8th Gurkha Rifles cookery. The rest of them, it's only, I say, quite long for a 2nd 8th cookery from World War One, but it's only half a centimetre longer, but it's a more imposing blade with the belly depth, etc., than the other ones I've come across. Now, most of them were 32.5 to 33 centimetres in length. And this one, as I say, is 33.5 centimetres in length, and it has a nice weight of 551 grams. Just an awesome cookery. I don't know if you can see it, but the service number is there, as well as the marking for the 2nd 8th. Just fantastic to have it. Your classical butt cut design with the 2 pins and the ping tang there as well. It's just an awesome cookery. The cowdy is beautifully done as well. It's just absolutely lovely. Now, they did have some very heavy fighting. One particular morning, the 2nd 8th went out with 500 men, and at roll call in the evening, there was only 49 left with one British officer, and he was quite badly wounded as well. These are just amazing cookery. I mean, to have these as your issued cookery, what a cookery to have and to be carrying. And for a 5'3", 4" Gurkha, well, 33.5 centimetres, that's a big blade. It's quite big when I hold it up, so let alone when a Gurkha was using it. It must have put the fear of God into the enemy. Although, as I say, they did suffer particularly bad casualties as well, and there was very high praise actually from the generals for the bravery shown in that particular assault that I talked about a second ago. Absolutely awesome. That's a beautiful, beautiful handle as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Lovely wood on it. Just a fantastic cookery. I'm so glad I got it, because it is, a very rare piece. In fact, for this size and this type of 2nd 8th GR cookery, it's just incredibly rare. Absolutely love it. Well worth getting it. Just to show you the scabbard it came in as well. Now, this is the wrong scabbard. I knew that when I bought it, so that's not a problem. But it's whoever had this cookery or picked it up must have picked up this scabbard as well and put it together, because it's a Mark II scabbard as opposed to the 2nd 8th type scabbards. But it's a beautiful scabbard. I mean, these Mark I and Mark II scabbards are just fantastic. Now, what's interesting is that it has a badge there with the 9th Gurkhas on it. Now, I'm reasonably sure, as one can be from pictures, that the 9th Gurkha Rifles in World War One were actually using Mark II cookery, or a version of Mark II cookery. Certainly, I think they were using a full tang cookery. I've forgotten exactly where the picture is, but there's a picture of the 9th Gurkhas in a trench, and you can, if you blow the picture up, you can just see the full tang going through the handle. Now, whether that's a battalion issued full tang or a general issued Mark II, it's hard to say. I mean, a collector that I know, Ross Campbell, he's got a battalion issued full tang from that sort of period. So who knows? But it's just a fantastic scabbard, beautifully done. Whoever had it, they really did look after it very well. Now, I'd just like to show you another 2nd 8th that I have, and this one is 32.5 centimetres in length, so a full centimetre less, and only weighs 500 grams. And again, you can probably just about make out the service number there. One of the problems I had when I was debating with other collectors was they used pictures to try and identify what cookery were carried by the Gurkhas. And the big thing, that especially with one collector, was that, oh look, they're wearing different cookery. They must be wearing their own personal cookery. Well, these two cookeries show that if you were to look at the handles coming out of the scabbard, they do obviously look like different cookery from possibly maybe a private issue or whatever. But no, they're two kukri of the 2nd 8th Gurkha rifles, possibly issued at different times, or due to the demands of war, they've had to use a different manufacturer of kukris. So, I mean, for example, Ross Campbell, who I mentioned before, he has 2nd 8th Gurkha rifles kukri from World War One that were made in Kotli Low Haran, and they are different again to these two. So you just can't tell from pictures whether the guy's wearing a personal kukri or a battalion kukri or whatever. From what I can gather from the British officers I've spoken to, is that in that period of World War One and World War Two, wearing a Gurkha rifleman wearing their own private kukri was a big no-no. They wore the kukri that were issued to them. They didn't, have private kukri at all. Even Gurkhas that, bless them, that were still alive when I was talking to them. A couple of them passed away now, unfortunately. When they were serving in World War II, they said absolutely not. Nobody carried their personal kukri at all. They carried what was supplied to them by the regiment at the regimental centre. And, why would, in fact, the battalions go to all the trouble of having these wonderfully made kukris to be issued and then allowing their Gurkhas to wear private kukri? Really doesn't make sense at all. So when you look at pictures and Gurkhas are wearing, holding what appears to be different kukri, well, they probably are different kukri, but there could be several reasons for that, i.e. that because there was a lot of drafts from other regiments to a battalion in World War One, so it could be the guys from the Assam Rifles that were drafted into the 2nd 8th. It could be that they're actually men from different regiments. It could be that the kukri were issued at different times. It could be that the kukri were made in different manufacturing centres. So there's lots of reasons why there would be different looking kukri being carried by the 2nd Gurkha Rifles or the 9th Gurkha Rifles, or, as we know, the 2nd 8th Gurkha Rifles. But they're all genuinely good reasons. This myth of people carrying private kukri, etc., it's just that. It's a myth. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves and enjoy your lives. Hopefully see you soon.